back.
Hey.
Hey. Well,
Sam, hold on. Bridges.
Sam went into that elevator, that loft, and we thought a cutscene was gonna start. So we just clicked it back on real fast. Here we go. This is 2 days later. Is this a Thursday? It's a Thursday now. Well, happy Thursday, everybody.
Thursday. It's your Monday morning and Thursday afternoon video gaming.
Yeah, with not as good James and a way better Mike. Man.
That's gonna go in the supercut.
Yeah. Man. Oh, look his butt.
Here's some man.
That's a mighty fine man ass. Is man ass an instrument? Boom, 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 boom. Man, that's really funny. All right, so
nothing helps save America more than 100% USDA prime man ass.
that's branded man ass on his ass.
100% uncut man.
Uncut.
Oh, come on.
So we're
game.
still yeah, we're still trying just to get to where are we going? Lake Knot. We're just going to Lake Knot. Yeah. I'm gonna get a bike and see if I can.
This game is the room 1408 of games. Like the actual room.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you lose all sense of time and space, and you start regretting your life for playing it. Get the green one. It looks like G.I. Joe.
All right. Shout out to Google Lands. What's that say? Reverse Trike.
Googleite?
Wherever his name is. You see it. Shout out to that guy.
Yeah. Yo, G.I. Joe's dope. Man, you see people mad at that female Transformer toy?
No.
It looks just like you'd expect any kind of Japanese-made toy to look, and they're like, it's too sexy. It was like three unattractive women complained about it, so they pulled the picture off the website.
Oh.
It's some character I've never heard of. They kept calling her Windblade.
Windblade.
I thought it was the pink one that was from like the 80s. Remember the pink Transformer she was in the movie?
Oh, yeah.
It's not her. It's not.
It's not.
I don't remember that one's name. I'm gonna search Windblade sexy figure.
Yeah.
See what happens.
So, people who are mad about stuff being like that.
All right, first of all, can I interject? Why
Damn
are people mad about anything anyway?
Oh my god, I lost my bike. Again. Alright, 20-something episodes ago, I did the exact same thing.
Yeah, you did.
Didn't learn.
Like, there's so much horrible things in the world. You mad about that? There are like children like scraping like trash off the ground in various countries to eat. And you're mad about sting. It's too hot.
Man. Well, I just destroyed that guy's bike again. I'm gonna go back and get the blue one.
Flame Toys. It was made by a guy that draws like erotic cartoons or whatever. Like they got him to design it, and he did a damn good job.
Oh.
But it's not like...
Here, there's this guy's. I'm gonna take his.
It's the least risque, like, Japanese anime figure you would ever find.
Here we go! It's too foggy. I need, like, some headlights or something. I need some headlights or something.
It's too foggy.
Alright. Here we go.
Feel.
But anyway, let's get back to what I was saying. Like, does everybody just want everything to be samey? Like,
yeah, they want everything to be gray and stupid.
Like,
nothing extraordinary.
What men are we gonna ogle over in Hollywood if everybody looks the same?
I don't think they care.
Or women. You know what I mean?
All right, that's the picture, or that's the figure from the front.
That's not too sexy. Have you seen, like, Bayonetta or like
or anything? That's the back of it. And yeah, it has a butt, but it's a robot and it's gray and it's in pieces. It only looks like if you look at it from like an angle. Like if you look at it straight on, it just looks like the way a gear and like shape would go.
Yeah, I don't get it. Like, That's not.
Like, that's not erotic.
No.
So they're just so whiny, man.
I mean, I still don't understand. What do you want it to look like?
Well, here's the original, like that's the drawing they did for it, which looked fantastic. Those colors, and it's like kind of kabuki looking.
That kind of looks
Is that offends
like
you? I don't care.
like the girl from Kill la Kill.
Yeah, but like dressed because she's a robot.
Yeah.
But here's like how she looks like, I guess, in like the show or whatever.
Uh-oh. Sorry. I got you.
Yeah,
I see it.
so I don't understand.
Oh, no.
I don't understand the outrage.
Oh, my God. Go.
They're like, it's objectified. It's an object.
Yeah.
It's the least spicy, like, anime figure I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Dude, I just
For
searched.
somebody to be like up in arms about what that looks like,
Yeah.
there's way other animes you can be upset about.
Well, you know what pops up even if I go to like eBay or even Amazon and search like Pokemon figure because I want like a for alligator toy. I'm gonna get like half nude and or fully nude erotic
for
anime figures or something from some anime I've never heard of.
Yeah.
So that is nothing. It's a robot. So whatever. That's where we be as a culture. We have
Why can't we be happy that our like robots are sexualized?
Why can't I know, right? Why can't we just be happy that we don't have to go forage for food?
Oh well, that's taking it somewhere else. But yeah, you're right.
No,
I mean,
no,
I want my toaster to have boobs. That's what I'm saying.
We're in such a place as human beings where nature can't kill you.
Yeah.
You can die from putting too much food in your holes, which has never existed ever.
Yeah.
We can laugh at diseases.
Aha, disease.
Your
We go, aha.
Your 6-year-old doesn't have to work in a field or a factory.
Oh my God, I'm skipping this. All I'm trying to do is fucking drive. And
I'm glad finally you have gotten annoyed with this game.
No, he can come back and talk to me later when like I get away
I'm laughing at my notes I make during the week to talk here because they're written like a geriatric, like
Oh my God.
diabetic and dementia patient at the same
God.
time.
Okay.
There's I'll think about them at work or something. So anyway, speaking of robots, this is what I thought about this week. And we've had this discussion before, but not on the YouTubes.
So your thing links. You got them to link up. You bring up one topic,
Dude,
just go to the other. Okay.
Ex Machina sucks.
Oh, you don't like it?
That
huh?
movie is garbage.
Huh.
And people can talk about philosophy. It's not. It's about a skinny, douchey, underweight nerd boy who can't tell the difference between a robot and a girl because he's never like touched a girl.
So are you more upset at the movie or people about the movie?
Both.
All right.
I feel like I wasted my time watching the movie. I'm like, oh, I spent 2 hours to learn that this weak millennial boy can't tell a robot and a girl apart.
Yeah, well, I knew that, so I like watching him like break down, and I like watching the girl robots like get over on him. The whole time I was like, yeah, he's gonna get fucked.
I just didn't.
So I like the movie.
Well, my thing is like, I thought it was awful, and the stupid like all the questions it raised. What questions? That he's an idiot?
Yeah, see, I watched the movie in a total different light. Like I knew exactly what it was about. And like what was gonna happen, so the whole time I was like, "Oh, when she's gonna get him? When she's gonna get him?"
To me, it was the 2-hour douchey indie version of watching some idiot stick a knife in a toaster to get like his bread out, and the toaster kills him.
Yeah,
because he can't tell the difference between a toaster and anything else that wouldn't kill him by sticking a knife in it.
Yeah,
they didn't even do it.
Yeah, I know.
The network should have contained something, anything. But
I don't know. I
was
still
so
liked
bad.
it. I think I agree with you, but I still like the movie. Like, because I watched it in that light.
I think it just looks great,
his name, his
and I think that's it.
But I think you're supposed to hate the protagonist, and you're supposed to hate the guy who hired him even more. And then I think by the end of the movie, you're supposed to hate the girls.
I don't hate her. She's just doing what she's programmed to do. She's not human, internet. She doesn't have any thoughts, internet. She's an algorithm that did what it was supposed to do.
See, I don't know about
she's
that.
not conscious. She did what she was programmed to do. He said that. He's like, oh yeah, programmed her to trick you and get out of here and win. That's it.
But even if that were the case, it doesn't answer
It's not a human. It's not. I'd have no problem punching that thing right in the face.
I wouldn't have a problem with punching like other people in the face.
Yeah. All I'm saying, she's a woman robot or whatever, a she-bot, fembot.
Albeit an educated one, concerning
But I still think that like
somehow with the aid of the chiral network.
That dude should be like, cool. I'm here all week. Can I just drink? Because
yeah.
then I have to go back to work for you.
Yeah.
I'm just going to sit in that pool of yours and hang out because I don't want to talk to your robot. In fact, I think it's weird you have a robot.
Now, Clifford
I still don't think that movie brings up a lot of questions because none of that matters to me, whether she was sentient or not. But like, it's hard to pin down what that means because you're just so are we.
Nah, I think there's a difference there.
No, there's not.
Yeah.
No, seriously, you can be quantified.
Oh, I get that. I know I know the chemistry and the psychology. I know that.
Like, we're not special.
Yeah,
Sorry,
but-
like we're not. Like,
but
you
here's
don't
the thing.
have.
We haven't actually proven that to the extent of where choice comes from. We haven't understood where influence comes from, but not choice. Because we can see where triggers and chemicals and pheromones and things can influence choice, but there's a huge variable there in every one of those tests of we can't determine
If Hartman's right,
what's going to happen from it. Yeah.
trouble.
Nah, like,
The robot can't make that distinction.
I know. Listen, I know. But, like, I've looked into this my whole life, and our brains
Yeah.
are, like, very advanced computers.
Oh, yeah.
They're not computers, but they're organic, like, okay, the whole reason you can talk and have, like, English as your language is because someone programmed that into you.
Yeah.
And you're just reciting what you knew. Like,
Then we're all doomed.
people who come up, like the guy who came up with the, like Klingon, like
Yeah.
came up with those languages and stuff, that's just like an outpouring. My bike died. Okay. That's just that's just the same thing again. You're just doing the same thing. You're just like putting those strings of words and things together to make a language. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we're using them, which this is where like the postmodern idea of it being a construct is the idea that things don't have names. You know, that's just what we call it.
Yeah.
Which works for this argument, the idea of like a machine can't do that. It has to know the name as it correlates to the thing. It can't it can't come up with an idea that conceptualizes outside of that connection. Yeah.
Like, that's like where those, like, the people come in and they're like, oh, you know, this is where the questions of, like, ooh, consciousness and bluff. Like, no. Like, in the movie, maybe she had consciousness, maybe she didn't. You know what I mean? Like,
I don't think she did.
That's fine. But
And if she did, I'm fine killing her. But she's a robot.
yeah, none of that matters to me. I'm just saying that we're not any better than, like, that type of machine. Like, if there was a fifth dimensional or sixth dimensional being that saw us, it would think that we were tiny little stupid computers.
Perhaps.
It
Because
would.
we can't speak of something that is higher than us, like an ant trying to speak about how a human views ants. Can't.
Well, we can, because you're talking about how a computer can't think like us.
No, we're thinking. What we're saying is when we project that, we're saying it would think how we think about something below us. We don't know how it would think. We're projecting ourselves onto it.
Yeah, but I know, but you're doing the same thing with computers who can't think like us now.
Yeah, I'm doing it below,
Yeah.
not above.
Yeah, you shouldn't do it either way.
Okay, I'd argue it can be done below, but not above, because since we made the computer, like a person made it.
I don't know.
And also, I mean, this is a stupid argument. Like, fifth dimensional being may actually not have the same kind of consciousness we know. It may actually be as dumb as like a tree or something and just exist in that kind of form. I don't know.
The only reason we're intelligent is our perception. So if something that could perceive more has the functionality to be in a higher intellect than us.
Well, see, that's the thing is I don't know if perception and intellect are linked.
They are.
Because we have animals that can perceive things we can't perceive, but aren't as intelligent.
But it's not like a scalpel. It's like a topographical map. If you have more data, you have more functional capability of to interpret anything. Like if you have more data about the moon landing, you could probably speak on the moon landing more than someone who doesn't. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but that goes to like the Helen Keller argument of she lost like 2 or 3 of her senses, but she was just as intelligent as any other human.
Yeah, that's what I'm just talking about, the function.
Yeah. Not
like what your intellect score is. I'm talking about privilege. I'm talking about privilege.
Yeah, I
if you can perceive a dimension, that's like, since we are 3-dimensional, if there was a 2-dimensional organism that we knew about on the 2-dimensional plane, we have a higher intellect than they do, but because we started at a higher place than they did, we understand almost everything about the 2-dimensional world. Yeah, he had the mask.
Yeah.
Because he took it from...
because we can observe the 2-dimensional world.
Right.
And that's why I'm saying we can be prejudiced against the machine, because we observe it from a higher dimension, whereas we can't be about a creature that's in a dimension above ours.
But I can extrapolate. I can say that thing would view us lower than we view an ant.
See, I don't
That's what
know,
I'm saying.
because I don't know if...
It's not a hill. It's a ladder. If, like...
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But I'm saying it's possible that it wouldn't believe that. And we're going to... Clifford... We're about to get into the idea of...
I got through episode 10 really fast.
Yeah, you did. The idea of God, which is in some of the Abrahamic religions, particularly Christianity, the idea that there's a being that's above that doesn't perceive you as below it as in a negative. It perceives you as something worthy of its attention and love.
But that's below.
Yeah.
Below, that's not...
As far as perception, which goes to what you were saying, because it can't perceive it. But that's the whole idea. Or in a Cthulhuian sense, doesn't even consider you.
Yeah.
Which I think gives credence to the argument of what I'm saying. I think that's why we could be prejudiced against the machine. I don't know. I'll say this. We'll separate between what I thought of the movie to what I think people think of the movie. And when I go on YouTube or anything else, I get so sick of people like The Matrix is deeper than that movie.
Yeah.
The Matrix is better than that movie.
Yeah. I'm not saying it's not.
No. It's just like...
I said I like the movie, and I think that you shouldn't try and read into the movie.
Exactly.
To me, that movie poses no questions.
That's why.
So I'm on your side.
Yeah, there's no. That's what I don't understand about what about the existential and psychological? No, it's a robot, and that's not me being closed-minded or stupid. It's no, it's not conscious.
Yeah, I'm in the opinion that it could have been. Because, the movie tells me it is, and, what you said about the end when he was no, I told it to do that. That was part of the original programming, was to trick him.
Yeah, he told it to.
Yeah, but that's just like whispering in a little kid's ear and say, hey, lie to your parents about this, and them doing it. You know what I mean? If the thing was conscious, it's the same thing, so I can let it go.
I don't think it was. I think it...
Yeah, but that's just... I don't have an opinion either way. That's why I'm I don't care what it was.
So... Internet, you're stupid for arguing over if that movie raises any big questions, because it doesn't.
Yeah. The questions are already out there, and that's just a movie. Read a book. Read
the Foundation series, which doesn't deal with that kind of stuff, but still.
The Matrix has a book, so you can read that.
Yeah. What's the one it's based off of? It's from the 80s. I'll look it up. I don't remember.
Well, do androids dream of electric sheep?
It's not that one.
It's not that one, but that's
it's Blade Runner.
Which
Blade Runner did a better job.
Yeah.
Than Ex Machina did. Now, whoever the effects person for Ex Machina was, you're a genius.
Yeah.
Whoever designed her body, you're one of the best person to ever work on a film ever.
God.
No,
Because that was like a person in a...
Yeah, right. It was comparable to Alien for how good I thought it was. And Alien's like the benchmark for me.
It's just really funny. Whoever designed her body. God?
God did a pretty good job on that chick, too.
Man. If God can look at vagina, so can you.
Becoming vulva.
Yeah. Yeah, that's funny.
Oh,
damn.
Dude, you should be dead. That hit you square on.
That came out of nowhere.
That was God.
I did not touch vaginas. Boom. I don't know how to quiet Lou. I forgot how to do that.
Oh, that's why I got mad at that goth chick from the last episode again. Becoming vulva. She like basically described like the female sex organ as like this deep, dark, mysterious chaos thing. And I'm like, bruh, it gives life. It's not a cavern of destruction and chaos. And it's been mapped like every other part of the human body. Like it's not a huge mystery. We have diagrams.
Oops.
And diaphragms.
Oh, yeah.
Like, she's like playing off this whole thing. It's like, no, like science is way ahead of you, honey.
Science is way ahead of you. Oh, yeah. It's a web of lies.
Babies. Because, you know, that's what would happen. We've seen, dude, what is it? Was it? Well, not Commando. What was it? What's that movie where Chuck Norris comes out of the water?
Oh.
God.
Dang.
It's not Commando. That's with Schwarzenegger. Chuck Norris coming out of water movie.
Didn't they do it in
They did it in Sidekicks, the movie.
Yeah.
And that kid pretends he's Chuck Norris. Missing in action.
Missing in action.
Missing in
There you
action. Yeah, that's what that is. There it is.
Was that the first movie to do that? Because I think
Maybe Apocalypse Now?
I think Apocalypse Now did it.
Maybe.
Because that's what this is coming off of. This is the
Yeah.
Vietnam War and stuff. And he's a war veteran.
How's it Vietnam? Aren't those weapons like way too advanced for Vietnam?
No, that's it.
The
The M16 was in Vietnam.
Hey, but like night vision goggles and all that stuff?
Yeah.
I don't know. I never finished Full Metal Jacket. What do I know?
Really?
Yeah, I always get to the first half. And then when it starts the second movie, I just like, I can't do this right now.
Really?
I just saw that guy blow his head off on a toilet.
Huh. I mean, that's really good.
I'll bet. It's Kubrick. He's amazing. I like Eyes Wide Shut. I don't care what anybody says. It's a great movie.
I mean, why wouldn't you like that movie?
People are like, it's his worst movie. Like, really? The worst Kubrick movie is better than anybody else's best movie.
Hang on, wait. Let me see what I gotta do. What does this say? Defeat Cliff. Okay.
And it's from someone who eventually comments on YouTube, well, Dan, what about this obscure movie that he made when he was like 12 that's not great? Yeah, still better than any movie you'll make.
Yeah. That brings me up to something. Good. You led, I'm going to try and like focus on telling you this and then I got to focus on the game because I don't want to die. But like, I hate how people have lost voice. And I'm talking about like
I know what you mean.
the voice of like,
God.
yeah, that's it. No, but like Stephen King when he writes has a voice.
Yeah.
And like when Del Toro makes a movie, he's expressing that certain like voice of his. Like if you saw a monster that he developed, you'd be like, oh, that's him. You know what I mean?
I know where you're going. I'm going to have a rebuttal for this. Go ahead.
Well, I don't know where I'm going because I was just trying to say that like
to go along with that, a companion.
I don't know what I'm thinking because it's just like we've talked forever as long as I've known you about how everything's like getting shitty.
Yeah.
And like I think because of the internet, people don't appreciate auteurs and like voice anymore because you can say whatever you want to on the internet. You think you have voice, that big term, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you don't.
I'm gonna say this though. I think people do, and I think it's like people who like Rush and watch like the Joe Rogan podcast. They're not the same people. That doesn't overlap. Maybe it does sometimes.
Yeah.
But I think those things prove people will sit and listen for 3 hours to an album, for a 3-hour album, or a podcast. And Stephen King's books still fly off the shelves. I think it's the loudest, stupidest, shallowest people on the internet, mainly Twitter or Tumblr, that don't appreciate it, and they're just the loudest, and they define where our culture goes, which is sad.
I think it's, well, what I'm trying to get at is I think it's easy to like see and appreciate good voice.
Yeah.
But it's hard to understand that maybe you don't have a good one.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, no, it doesn't matter what you think about this. You know what I mean?
Well, it's not earned. No one asked for it.
Yeah.
And people can, like, I'm gonna go on a soapbox here.
Yeah.
People can whine about capitalism, but it's kind of a good way to weed out like the crappier talent.
Yeah.
I mean, it also puts Taylor Swift at the top of the charts and gives her Artist of the Decade awards.
Yeah.
But it also helps weed out like some of the crappier things. Like no one's gonna buy this, you know?
Yeah, yeah. But that's what I was thinking about, because I've been listening to a lot of Stephen King.
Yeah.
And I love the way he writes. I can tell that was a Stephen King sentence. You know what I mean? Like I've said it on here
that's
before.
What I was gonna say.
But how he starts the gunslinger is like the man in black fled across the desert and the gunslinger followed.
Yeah, great way to start.
Period. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When I read that, or if I read something like that, I can tell it's Stephen King. Like when he says something, he's going along, you're in a train of thought, and he gives you this little left turn, like, and that's the last time Sally ever saw whoever.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, what's gonna happen? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Those little tiny cliffhangers, I just love.
Well,
And-
recently,
Yeah.
the switch to YA with the success of Harry Potter, which Harry Potter is kind of exempt because it was third person,
Yeah.
is a ton of YAs in first person. Which means if you're going to have a voice, it has to be that character's voice, which means it has to be a damn good character, and most of them are not good characters. They're teenage girls.
Yeah.
And I don't mean that teenage girls can't be good characters. I'm saying not when you write them like teenage girls. You got to write them as a character, and then everything else doesn't matter. So, I don't know. I think you don't have to write third person to have a good voice, but I think that's probably part of it. Is third person is kind of seen as like old school now among like younger writers.
Yeah.
And they want to have voicey characters, and the problem is, well, they usually end up writing a cliche or something.
Yeah.
Like I'm gonna go in here and
Do whatever, man.
Yeah.
I'm trying to like not die.
I tried reading Children of Blood and Bone, which before the book was released, that like lady already had, or girl, she's like 22 at the time. She already had like a $10 million movie deal.
Oh, really?
Before the book came out. And I gotta tell you, that book's not good.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's well written. Like it's like writing 101, how to write your first novel. Like the blocks are all there, and like it's good at that. But it's not a good story. It's not well written in voice.
Yeah.
And it's from like the different perspectives. But I say all that to say like $10 million
Yeah.
before the book came out. That's where we are. And she's not like I said, she's not bad, but it's like that's I mean, I don't know what else to say. Like if you just look at most, especially YA books, they're just trash. And I don't know, man. I think you're right. Also, the biggest thing goes back to like no one's writing out of like, I don't know, like Stephen King had a really interesting life if you read like his biography.
Yeah.
And he was writing like Carrie like 3 hours a night on this tiny like this tiny typewriter that sat on his lap
Yeah.
beside the washing machine in his house.
Yeah.
In this tiny closet.
Don't die. Damn it.
While his wife and like 2 kids slept in the next room in this trailer they were at, where they didn't know if they were going to eat tomorrow.
Yeah.
So you don't have to suffer to make art, but I think you do need to have some kind of understanding of like reality and how the world works to write people and characters.
And I'm not trying to be sexist or whatever. You got to be a man. And like, I'm not trying to be like, you have to be a like biological male to make a good story. No. I just mean like you have to have heart. Maybe I should say it like
Passion,
that.
yeah.
And like but it's more than passion. You know what I mean? Because a lot of people are passionate about their projects.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, men are the extremes. We do the worst and the best extremes. Like we're the most engineers and the most homeless and like psychotic.
Yeah.
That's just a fact. But
So,
I mean, freaking, what's her name? I mean, we shouldn't have to say that there are wonderful women authors. There are, and they're
no, I know. That's why I wasn't trying to make it about gender.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to say that, like, you gotta, like, care.
Yeah.
And not just do it for, like, money or, like, whatever. I read the Secrets of the Immortal Nicholas Flamel books.
Yeah.
And that dude, Michael Scott, I know he, is like The Office and
Scott,
stuff.
yeah.
Yeah. But, like, he was doing it just for the money.
yeah.
Like, and the book suffered. Like, The Necromancer is probably one of his best books. That's the 4th book in the series, and he
Yeah.
only did 6 books. And he phoned it in at the end. I could totally write, like, a better ending to his book series than he did.
Yeah.
And he had this really cool setup with all these, like, historical people that, I don't know. It was really cool, but
How in God's name is this game still going? Sorry, but yeah.
I don't know. You're not paying attention. You just look up and I'm still playing it.
It's like, yeah. Bye.
Bye. Died.
Y'all know who Steph is. She's leaving.
All
I
right.
keep forgetting she's on here just as much as I am.
Yeah, the channel. All right, that's 30 minutes. I gotta focus next episode to kill this dude.
Order failed.
Thanks for listening. Thanks not for getting mad at what we say.
If
Yeah, bye.
you do get mad, get over it.
Yeah, whatever. Peace.